is my brush? So I'm going in with a... I don't know what kind of brush this is. Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to create this look for you. I'm going to start priming my face. The first thing that I'm going to be using is my Skin Rescue Daily Face Cream. You guys seen this in my last video. And I love how moisturized my face feels. And for primer, I'm going to be trying out this new MAC lotion. And now on to foundation. I'm going to be using my Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation. Be putting a little bit of this on the back of my hands. I absolutely love this foundation. It is a holy grail. I have very oily skin, so it's really hard for me to use certain foundations, but this one I definitely stand by. I think it's amazing. I'm gonna be rubbing this in or patting this in with my beauty blender. So again, just taking the beauty blender, I'm gently patting this into my skin. The next thing that I'm gonna be going in with is my concealer. And for concealer, I'm gonna be using the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. And this is in the color NC20. And I'm just going to be using one pump on the back of my hand. And I'm going to go in with my ring finger. This is the softest finger that you can possibly use on your hands. So if you're going to be using any finger to apply your concealer, you definitely want to do it with your ring finger. And under my eyes, because I'm doing a cut crease, I like to pull my eyes up. So if you take the concealer up, it's definitely going to give that pulled effect. I'm going to dab just a little bit on the center of my chin. And then I'm definitely going to contour my nose. So I just want to take some of this on the bridge of my nose. And because I'm wearing my hair up today, I want to contour my forehead as much as possible because I do have a larger forehead. So I just want to take this on the center of my forehead, and you want to just connect that with the bridge of your nose. And I'm just going to go back and blend this in with my beauty blender. So now that everything is nice and blended, I am going in with my Sonia Kashuk Brush and my Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. And I'm going to be using the banana color in this palette. And anywhere that I concealed, I just want to set with this banana color. I'm like praying that my power doesn't go out because it's just started thunderstorming and I will have a heart attack if my power goes out. I hate being in the dark by myself. It like is just creepy. One thing that I love about this Kat Von D palette, the banana color in this palette is seriously so pigmented. I can like dip my brush into it one time, and that one time honestly does the job. Next, I'm going to be going in with my Benefit Gimme Brow. When I'm done filling in my brows, I like to go in with this after, just to brush everything together. Now for my eye base, I am going in with my MAC Paint Pot. And this is in the color Soft Ochre. And I'm going in on a flat brush. This one is from Sonia Kashuk. I've seriously been using her brushes for such a long time, and personally I am a really big fan of them. And they are also very inexpensive, so if you're in the market for some new brushes, I would definitely check out Sonia Kashuk. Now on a smaller, more precise fluffy brush, I'm going to be going into my Lorac 2 palette. And I'm going to be using the color Buff in this palette. And again, I'm using this as a transition color. I feel like a big secret to getting a really good cut crease is when you are applying it into your crease, any color into your crease, you want to make sure that you're not lifting your brow, because if you're lifting your brow, you're kind of pulling your eyelid up, so that color that you apply onto your lid won't be directly in your crease. So you want to make sure that you're looking directly at yourself without making any movement, and then just applying the shade into the crease. And at the end, again, I'm just gonna flick it out. Now with a pencil brush, I'm going to be taking the color Light Brown from that same Lorac Pro 2 palette. I just want to put a little bit in, and I'm going to be going in again just in the crease. It is like seriously going down outside. A light touch is completely okay when it comes to blending these colors. You don't want to like jam this color in, because when you're applying too much pressure to your eyelid, you're not going to get a good blend in. There's going to be a lot of harsh, jagged lines because of the fact that when you're pushing, you're creating wrinkles and you're not like blending as much as you can. So you definitely just want to use a light touch and keep going back in and blending. That fluffy brush again, I just want to blend a little bit more. Now comes the color. I'm going to be using a very flat, kind of precise brush, and I'm going in the color Navy, and again that is in the Lorac Pro 2 palette. So what I'm going to do is when I'm taking my brush, I kind of want to lay my, you never want too much product on your brush. So the next thing that I'm going to do is, again, you don't want to lift your brows, you just kind of want to look straight at yourself. And you kind of want to start mapping out where that cut crease is going to be. A trick just to make sure that you are blending as well as you can is if you lift your head just a little bit, back a little bit, and you raise your brow, you can kind of see where you mapped out that cut crease line. So to better blend, you can just kind of pull your eyebrow back and make sure that you have no harsh lines. Going in with that same brush that we were blending, I'm very lightly dipping the tip of this brush into that blue color, and I'm pulling my eyebrow back because I know where that line is, and I'm just gonna blend that color together just a little bit more. Going in with my fluffy brush, I'm just going to blend that color. 24-hour tattoo metal. And this is in the color 55 Inked in Pink. I'm going to be going in with my MAC 183 brush. And I like this brush when it comes to cut crease because this is a very precise brush. So if I didn't blend too precisely, this is always a good tool to help me clean that color up. Again, you just want to start at the front of your eye. And using the edge of the brush, you kind of just want to use sweeping techniques just to kind of clean that line up. And even if that means taking the side of the brush and sweeping it through the eyeshadow, this eyeshadow is very creamy, so like I said, it does a really good job at cleaning up the edges. My next step is using a flat brush. Again, this is a Sonia Kashuk brush. I'm going in back into my Lorac palette, and I'm going to be using the color Beige. And I'm applying this right over that first light eyeshadow that we just finished applying. At the front, what I want to do, because it is just like one straight line, is I want to use the tip of this brush to blend the front in, because we do have the blue eyeshadow starting, the cut crease of the eyeshadow starting at the beginning. So what I want to do is just use the tip of this brush to blend that. So going back in with that precise pencil brush, I'm just gonna sweep through my blue for the last time. So I'm not creating the tail just yet. Before I create my wing, I'm going to go in with my Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil, and this is in the color Smokey. And I'm just going in with this right above on my waterline. So next I'm going to be going in with a pencil brush, and I'm going to be using that color Navy. It's the same color that we used for our cut crease. And then I'm going in with the opposite side of the brush just to smoke my eye out just a little bit more. I'm using the Telescopic Mascara by L'Oreal. Again, just one small coat, and you want to make sure that you are at least coating all of your lashes once. So for false lashes, I'm going to be using my Ardell Demi Wispies, and I'm just going to be applying a little bit of lash glue to the back of the lashes. Now, you never want to apply your lash too quickly. Wet glue can be sloppy glue, so you just want to make sure that you are letting the lash dry for a little bit. So before you go in with your fingers and like try to pull your lashes together, you want to make sure that all of the glue is dry, because we do have our wing liner on, and if you go in with wet glue, you're going to mess up that line that you already have set. So you just want to make sure that all the glue is dry before you go in touching anything. So while I am letting my lashes dry, I'm just going to go in and coat my bottom lashes with mascara. And I'm going to be using the Buxom Mascara in Blackest Black. So now that I'm pretty sure that my lash glue has dried, this is a secret technique that I have kind of done just to make sure that my falsies are as close to my real lash as possible. I'm going to go in with my eye curler, starting with my Milani bronzer. I'm going to use this to bronze up my face. I'm going in with my brush, and I just want to start bronzing it up a little bit. I usually like to pinch this brush together. And now with a pencil brush, I am going to go back in and blend these lines. For blush, I am going to be using my handy dandy MAC Rosy Outlook. And then for highlight, I am going to be using my BECCA Champagne Pop. And then I'm also highlighting the inner eyes of my tear duct. I just kind of want this part of my eyes to pop. And I'm using this same highlighter on my brow bone as well. Make sure that my brows stay in place with my Anastasia brow gel. And now I'm going to outline my lips, and I'm using my Makeup Forever. This thing is like seriously almost done. This is in the color, I don't know, because it came off. So I think it's time to go get a new one. And now for lipstick, I am going to be using my Marc Jacobs in the color 146. And I seriously love a nude lip with this eye color. And then over top of that, I'm going to be using my L'Oreal Paris Nude Ballet. I usually take a lot of this off just because when you pull this thing out, it's like seriously covered. And I just put a little bit on the center. And then with my ring finger, I like to blend it out.